to make the film to the finishing, and you took you wondering if you could talk about finding your way to the structure of the film.
Um, huh. Yeah, this was a long time in coming. I had the idea of doing a movie about Miles had kind of come into my radar for many years. People talked about it for a long time, and all the different ways that they were trying to put it together, and different people that they were trying to put it together with. But I guess really all came to the fore when Vince Wilbur, Miles' nephew, announced that I was going to play him when he was inducted in the Rock and Roll. Oh, there he is, right there, Vince Wilbur, Miles' nephew. And he said that they were going to do a movie about his life, and that I was going to play him, and it was sort of a pronouncement. And then, thank you, Vince. And that kind of started the ball rolling, so to speak, with people reaching out and different producers getting in touch with me and trying to figure out a way to do it. And I was presented with several takes on it that I thought were kind of standard biopic stories, kind of Cradle to Grave stories, chronological, the events in his life that were about when he met Charlie Parker, or about when he left that and went to these different sort of forms of music that he experimented with for his entire life. And I just wasn't interested in doing a story in that way with this particular artist, this singular artist who was always about trying to do it differently than it had been done before. And for me, it always felt like it was as much a mandate for him that he go forward and reach for something forward, as much as it was to move away from the past. So I wanted to make a movie that I thought Miles Davis would have wanted to star in. So to me it was always kind of Don Cheadle is Miles Davis as Miles Davis in Miles' head, and when I spoke to Vince, I spoke to the family, and I said, I kind of want to make a movie like that. Is that something that you guys would be cool with, rather than a standard telling of the story? They were like, yeah, I think that he would have preferred to do something that was different and more dynamic than something that a documentary could do a lot better, something that the radio play could do a lot better. So that became when Stephen Bagelman and myself who co-wrote this kind of looked at each other and shook hands and said, okay, we're not going to make the chronological A to B movie. We're going to make something that's closer to us to a movie like Toto the Hero or All That Jazz. It's like, yeah, let's do that.
And for you, how did you handle the shifting of your various roles? I mean, in the creative process, in other words, you're starting in the film, you're writing it, you're directing it.
Drugs.
Oh, okay. That's the answer.
No, it was daunting. I mean, I was glad that I had a lot of time to do it, and to be honest, I tried to give it away. If it hadn't come together 3 years ago and it just wasn't going to be possible and it had fallen apart, I would have been relieved, I think, in a way, because it was just so hard. We came close so many times, and the budget started at 20 at one point, and it was down to, can we make it for 18, can we make it for 15, 12, 10, 11, it just kept, to where we finally ended up with this budget. I think it's 8.5 where we finally settled, and still had to come up with various ways to put the money together, including, an Indiegogo campaign to get us over the hump and, make up the gap. So it was really, every step of it was really difficult. But I'd say in the year before it finally all came together, it started feeling more like a mandate to do it than something that I could get away from. And I just had to, I didn't want to finish having not done it. So we just said we have to pull out all the stops and we have to do whatever we have to do to find it. And thankfully we were able to partner with Bifrost and I'm Global and Kevin Hart and Praz and my producer's cousin and everybody else, and, you know, a bunch of people I knew together and found the money and put it together.
Emayatzy and Michael, what was your experience of working on this film like with Don as a director and as an actor?
Well, for me, it was just a dream. It was a dream come true, you know, to work with someone like Don, where it's about the artistry. You know, he's an actor's actor. It's not about anything else, you know. So for me, he's one of those people that it's always been, oh, I would love to one day, you know. So to have that happen, it was just so special for me. And then on this kind of project, something that is so close to his heart. So those two things coupled together, his artistry and something that's a passion for him, I couldn't have asked for anything better. You know, I know it's going to go well. I know it's in very capable hands. And so for me to have the opportunity to portray a woman, Miss Francis, as I affectionately call her, you know, it meant so much to me. You know, Miles and her relationship with Miles meant so much. And it was an honor. It was an honor. I looked forward to it every single day. And it was a real pleasure.
Thrilling for me too, you know. I've been a huge fan of Don's for years, and this just sort of happened out of the blue, and delightfully so. And you know, from day one, it was just, let's go make something great, you know, a real collaboration. You know, take it, run with it, let's have some fun, let's go far, see what happens, you know. Just got right into it. It felt really beautifully comfortable and easy too, which was fantastic. I don't know if it's everything to do with Mr. Cheadle here, you know? We just jumped in and did it, and it felt great, and you know, the subject matter as well was thrilling and fascinating to me. I'm a huge music fan and own Miles' music, and I play the saxophone, as does Don. So maybe there was some sort of kismet there as well. I don't know, but I'm just grateful to have been a part of it and have a blast working on it.